How's it going, guys? I'm back with more videos like this because I'm sure you love just seeing my face. But today, I'm talking a little bit about Thanksgiving. And before I get into that, I know not everyone knows what Thanksgiving is because not every country celebrates it. I know that at least one other country does, but it's on a different day for a different reason. I imagine that a couple more might do somewhere. I don't know this, but I know that the United States does. And anytime it's brought up, there's a lot of confusion as to what it is, because I guess people just assume that everyone knows, and that's not the case. So I'm not going to pretend to know the entire history of Thanksgiving and go into detail about it. What I can talk about today is what it kind of is today, and not what it was before, because I know if I try to explain it, I'm going to forget some super important thing, like some pilgrim stubbing its toe. It's some event of some sort, and someone will get mad about that, and give me a lecture of how important it was that that pilgrim did stub his toe. So what it is today is that, in a nutshell, it's a day that family and friends get together, have a giant meal, and just sort of have a good time. And that is pretty much done, I believe, on the fourth Thursday of November. I think it's always that fourth Thursday. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You get together, you have fun with your family or friends, you talk, you do whatever you do. I'm sure some people have a more religious Thanksgiving. I'm sure some people have a more party-like Thanksgiving. It really depends on what kind of family you are. So, mostly what my family did, we would get together at someone's house, maybe go out to a fancy restaurant and eat, and there would be pretty much the entire family there. People you wouldn't see for the entire rest of the year would be there, and you'd be like, who the fuck is that guy? I have no idea who that guy is. Oh, that's my uncle? Okay, well, that's great. So that's basically what it is. Unfortunately, what's happening in the States now is that it's being muddled by Black Friday. And again, people don't know what Black Friday is. So in a nutshell, Black Friday is pretty much the definitive start of the shopping season for the major holidays, mostly Christmas, but not everyone celebrates Christmas, and as such, politically correctness, you aren't supposed to say that. So, but for the holiday season, it is like the definitive point. For Friday and Saturday, usually a lot of stores will have a 2-day sale, but Friday is usually the biggest day because everything gets sold out on Friday. There are huge sales, mostly on electronic stuff, but also on, appliances, other stuff. I mostly would just care about the electronic stuff, so I don't really care. But you will find TVs for hundreds and hundreds of dollars off, video games that are, new video games for $20, $30, half off, stuff like that. Blu-rays, Blu-ray players, whatever you could think of, that stuff is usually super cheap. I think Sony is doing like a bundle with Assassin's Creed and their PS Vita, or the Black Ops game that came out, or Call of Duty game that came out for the Vita, and the Vita itself, and it's like $199. I don't know what the price is now. I bought mine when the system launched, so I have no idea how much that is anymore. I don't know if that's a super great deal or not, but so that's basically what that is. People will literally camp outside of stores for several days just for the chance of getting in the store and buying them. Having worked in retail before, I worked at Target for 3.5 years, and I worked for 4 Black Fridays. It sucks. It's not too fun. The stuff goes really quick. Usually when the store opens, within a couple hours or so, that's the end of it. Even for a small Target, I think they were making, like, for that Friday alone, $600,000 in sales, and for bigger Targets, they would make over $1 million, over $2 million just for that one day. So, I'm sure people ask where the name Black Friday came from. I think it's for when stores finally start using black ink for their records, or that was how it used to go, when they start turning a profit. I don't know if that still sticks today. I'm not super businessy when it comes to that. I don't know, all the stuff there, but that's where that comes from. I always thought that it meant, it was going to be a really shitty day because I worked in retail, and that's kind of the definition that I took. Like the Black Plague, it's a really shitty plague. It's not too fun. Black Friday, it's a really shitty Friday. It's not too fun. So that's what I would always think. But this year, it seemed like stores were opening earlier and earlier every year for Black Friday, and this year they're not even opening on Friday anymore. They're opening at like 8 p.m. on Thursday. So like 8 p.m. tonight in 12 hours, because I'm doing this pretty early. Which just kind of like fucks over Thanksgiving for a lot of people, because I know people being in other countries don't necessarily know or care that it's a big holiday, but Thanksgiving is a pretty big holiday for many people in the United States. And a lot of people do work retail. So if a store opens at 8 p.m., that means that Thanksgiving dinner is pretty much screwed for most people, unless they have it way earlier in the day. Unless they start preparing super early in the morning, and they have dinner by, 2 or 3 p.m., and they hang out with their family for a little bit, and then they go to work, which sucks. Stores are super crowded. It's a terrible day, so unfortunately that screws over a lot of people. But I guess I'm done with that. I pretty much explained in a nutshell what Thanksgiving is, and what Black Friday is, and how much it sucks. So I'll move on to my next point, what I'm thankful for. I am thankful for not having to work at Target anymore. Thank God. This is the second Black Friday, I think, that I have not been a part of. I've been gone from Target for about a year and a half. I quit in March 2011, I believe. So yeah, that would be a year and a half. And that was pretty much the crowning achievement of the last several years of my life. I would say that's one of the biggest things that has happened besides, graduating high school, getting some sort of college degree, and then it was quitting Target, not having to go back and deal with assholes or deal with Black Friday, which is outstanding. To those of you who do have to deal with Black Friday or early Black Thursday today, I guess, I'm sorry. I know it's probably going to suck, especially for those of you who work at Best Buy, Walmart, Target, stores like that. It's going to suck, and hopefully you get out of it as quickly as you can. I would not wish having to do that 4 times on anybody. I wouldn't even wish having to do it 1 time on somebody, because it's just so crowded, it's chaotic, your managers are telling you to do 8 different things because everyone is at work that day, and it's just a pain in the dick. So that's the main thing I'm thankful for. As far as I know, I'm healthy for now. I could die tomorrow or 5 minutes from now, I don't know. But for now, I'm still, ticking along, puttering along, and I'm good to go, so that's good. As much as I complain about random stuff throughout the year, that's just kind of who I am. I'm a complainer. I'm also very laid back and don't let things piss me off too much, or try to. But it's kind of like they contradict themselves, because I'll complain, but then I don't care, but then I'll complain, but then I don't care. It's hard to explain to people, because people will say, well, isn't that kind of a hypocritical thing? Isn't that an oxymoron? You don't care, but you complain? I guess so, but, that's who I am. I have to deal with that on a daily basis, and so do you, because you watch me for the most part, unless you're unsubscribing, which you shouldn't do that. But yeah, that's mostly just what I'm thankful for, that I was able to get out of a time period in my life that was sucky, that I don't have to do that anymore, that I can pretty much play video games and have an awesome following for the most part, and it's good to go. For those of you who have had a shitty year, I am probably safe in assuming that most of you are pretty young, and by pretty young I mean within the age range of 13 to 18, and even outside of that, probably, 19 to mid-20s at most. Most of my fan base is not over 25. I know they exist. I know there are a couple people who are, 26 watching this like, fuck that guy, I'm 26, I'm older than 25. But that's the fact, that most people are incredibly young who watch this stuff. And stuff gets better. I can say that for sure. I had a really shitty time in high school. I'm sure at least a couple of you have seen the Mario videos that I did about high school. It was a very, very crappy time. I'll probably just cut this back in because I kind of lost my train of thought. But it was a very crappy time. I wanted to go into more detail, but I've already gone into detail a bunch of times, especially in those Mario videos. It was not fun. Things sucked. Even after high school, things sucked. They were probably less sucky, I would say. Target was a really shitty job, but at least I wasn't dealing with shitty people that I had to see every day. Sometimes I would see shitty people at work. Shitty people who weren't related to people that I knew in high school. Just, average shoppers who were assholes. But some days were good, some days were bad. It wasn't quite like high school. But things did turn around, all because I started playing video games on YouTube. That is what started to turn it around. So you never know what can dig you out of a crappy time. I'm sure some people will think about just ending it, which is not the way to go. I would probably be safe in assuming, again, that most people at some point in their lives sort of think about just ending it. But you don't want to do that. And here's why. When you turn things around, if you do, I assume that you will, because people don't just stay down and out their whole lives. You want to be around when you run into those people again, and you know in your head that you have turned things around, that you are probably a lot better for it, and that you aren't a giant douche nozzle like the person that you're probably looking at. And not me, I mean the person in high school. If you think I'm a douche nozzle, then sure, whatever, more power to you. But I'm referring to the person or people that would give you a really shitty time in said environment, whether it be work, whether it be high school, whether it be middle school, whether it be someone in your family, whether it be some douchebag neighbor, I don't know. Things are different for people. But you want to have that satisfaction, and it's a pretty good feeling. It's a very good feeling. For those of you who might be a little bit older and have no idea what to do, I'm sure things will turn around. Remember, I didn't quit Target until a year and a half ago. So I was 23, 22, something like that. That was when I think I was 22, because then it would have been May 23, and then this year I was 24, so I believe I was 22 going on 23. And that is a little bit later than teenage years. I'm sure some people can turn it around before then, but, I'm just saying, stick with it. Try some new stuff. It'll turn around. You'll be good to go. And it's a very good feeling to get out of a hole. It is a great feeling. So, and that's about it. So I'm thankful for a couple things, not having to go to a sucky job anymore, and that for right now I'm alive and well, and that I have you guys to watch my stuff. I don't know if you guys are thankful for anything. I'm sure some of you in overseas areas are like, fuck this guy, I don't have anything to be thankful for. It's not my holiday, so why should I be thankful? That's a bad attitude. That's a terrible attitude. You should be ashamed of yourself and be thankful for something. But I digress. I'm going to go ahead and end this because I have a lot of stuff to record today. We will be having some sort of Thanksgiving dinner at some point today. I don't know when. It may be Thanksgiving lunch. I have no idea. So it's probably best to start recording stuff now, so that I have a little bit of stuff in the reserve to edit and whatnot. I need to record more Hitman, and of course a lot of Wii U stuff. So thank you for listening to me ramble and watching me ramble, if you did stay for the entire video. I need to go get something to drink because I'm thirsty. Also, I'm hungry. I just woke up maybe a half hour ago. I took a shower and started doing this video. So thank you for watching. I hope that some of you in shitty positions will turn it around, and that you'll have something to be thankful for at some point. Until then, just keep on trucking, try to get through it, and I will talk to you guys later.